yes, we should be hearing now. Yeah, we had a Windows update last night. So, wait. Oh no, wait. No, not yet. So, right, transitions off. That's actually it's good that we didn't have sound because that got me to check out the settings and turn off photosensitivity problems. Right. Yes. This is super hulock happening here, so I'm just gonna let them have it. Fuck it. In my dreams, I see a black tower. It has no beginning and no end, no doors and no windows, no past and no purpose. It was there before our kind took its first breath, and it will be there long after we take our last, probably, because it's either long after it takes its last or grammar. It knows not of time or reason. It is greater than life and truer than death. I used to be afraid of it. Every time I closed my eyes, it was there, waiting, immobile and ever present. I often wondered what it wanted from me. As infinite as it was, it lacked a voice. My questions remained unanswered night after night. Now I know I should have listened more closely. It was a clear warning, one I was determined to ignore. Even if the answer had been right before me, would I have been willing to understand? Would I have been able to turn my back on what was dearest to me? Okay. Yes, I do wonder why I am telling you this now. Maybe, even after everything, I still harbor love for you in my heart. You think you outsmarted me, don't you? What will come next is inevitable. You are only delaying what was written in the foundations of the universe long, long ago. This was bound to happen. You are meant to fail, and I am meant to succeed. So why do you insist on continuing this charade? Are you truly this desperate? Or have you finally gone mad? Okay. I see. You think of yourself as special, don't you? The chosen one, the savior, the hero. It must hurt knowing you are none of those things. It must make you lie awake at night, knowing someone else now has what once was yours. What is crueler than having no place to go, but having no one to be? And yet you say nothing. Even now, as you stand at the edge of the abyss, you refuse to so much as mumble a word. You could beg for forgiveness, for help, but you won't. Time is not on your side, betrayer. You will soon have to face me. I will erode the hope of those who denied me. I will feed the fear of the disloyal and the broken, and when they look to the sky begging for salvation, they will hope to see me. And my wanderer, my dear wanderer, will be the key to a new and glorious birth. First of all, oh god, the wiggly text is annoying. I get that they're trying to do a mood thing, but ow? I'm just gonna say, like, ow. Remember, betrayer, the Midnight Tower is not my prison. It is my fortress. River? 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 I squint as the light leaking through the windows pierces my eyes. I come back to my senses, or perhaps my senses come back to me, with such sluggishness I doubt I'm actually awake. River, are you okay? What? My neck throbs as I raise my head to meet Mom's eyes, and a thread of drool falls on my folded arms. Ugh. Jesus, don't scare me like that again.
You were sleeping with your eyes open.
Oh.
Do you know how terrifying that is?
What time is it? Almost 8, except the clock says 10 to 6. Or, well, 7 to 6, I suppose. 8 to 6? A little bit before 6, anyway. If you're going to say a time, then at least have the clock work. Wow, that makes it nearly 6 hours of sleep. She slaps my shoulder, picking up the empty mug next to my laptop. Not funny. This has to end, River. You have a bed and you need to sleep. I look through the window, the fog of sleep slowly lifting from my mind. There's an impending headache building in the back of my head, like it has been all week. That dream is getting longer with each passing day, more detailed, more permanent. I can remember it all, like when I was a kid. If I close my eyes... You're pale. Mom brings a hand to my forehead. The scent of ground coffee reaches my nostrils, bringing a half smile to my face. You won't guess the dream I had.
Huh?
She yanks her palm away from me as though I'd caught fire. No. This makes it 5 days in a row. We can confirm it's back to haunt you. Ooh.
Ugh, don't joke about that. Do not joke about that.
Why are some of these voiced and some not? Don't tell me it still scares you. It's just a nightmare, Mom. Don't tell your grandma that. In fact, let's continue never mentioning it to her. I know. You're way more worried about it than I am. You know that, right? Well, I'm your mother. I'm supposed to be. Also, my child has had creepy dreams about an evil talking tower since she was able to speak. Was not in the parenting manual. Yeah, I'm sorry. Dr. Spock never dealt with that kind of thing, and everybody who might be watching this is probably way too young to even know who Dr. Spock was. It'll be fine. It's just the stress like last time. You have to take care of yourself. And that's what I'm doing. Now, this right here is exactly the opposite of taking care of yourself. She points to the plethora of papers scattered across the kitchen island, a myriad of job postings, my own CVs, and flyers I've collected since I moved back in. You know what Ms. Vaughn said back then, right? About stress and anxiety and trauma? Yes, I know, Mom. Maybe we could make an appointment. See if... I don't know. You know Grandma wouldn't like that. A shiver visibly runs down her spine at the thought. She looks over her shoulder to the kitchen doorway, but the ominous shadow of my grandmother hasn't been summoned. Yet. No, she wouldn't. But I don't care. If you need it, we do it. Dad can cover for us. He called, by the way. He said he'll let you know when he lands. Great. He owes me 2 souvenirs this time. Get in line, darling. Changing topics. Breakfast? Sure. Rolling my sore shoulders, I turn the laptop on with no intention of standing up to eat. I still have some time until Evie comes to pick me up, and I intend to be productive. River. I open my inbox. It's as empty as it was last night. Thank you very much for your interest and for the time you invested in the interview process. After careful consideration, we regret to inform you that we have decided to move forward with another candidate for this position. We were impressed with your qualifications and experience, and this decision was a difficult one to make. While we will not be proceeding with your application for this role, we will keep your resume on file for future opportunities that may better align with your skills and experience. We appreciate your interest in our company and wish you the best of luck in your job search and future endeavors. Thank you once again for considering us. Yeah, somebody's received a fair few, too many emails like that. Earth to River. Last rejection email I got yesterday greets me. I sigh. River, come on! What do you want? She lowers the screen, almost closing the laptop altogether. Her eyes find mine, fixing me with a sharp, determined glint. Coffee. Just coffee, thanks. With a smile, she pours some from the ancient coffee pot into a clean mug. You've got to replace that old thing, Mom. Never. Come on, how old is it? As old as you and still perfectly fine, thank you. Wish I could say that about myself. We share a laugh. Mom picks up her mug and sits next to me, her eyes softening as she strokes my hair. There's no rush, River. You know that, right? You just left that terrible job.
Dad and I talked about it. We're worried about you. You've got to take care of your health first. And that includes this.
Her finger taps my temple. I straighten my laptop screen, as if the pixels could make the uncomfortable knot in my chest disappear.
You can stay here as long as you need. Take things slow. Talk to us when you need it.
She grabs the hand I keep hovering over the keyboard, squeezing it tight, and only then do I realize I'm trembling. I know. Trying to look at it objectively. Life happens. I know this doesn't define me. I gesture widely at the jungle of papers around me, and at the open inbox on my laptop screen full of rejection emails. I know it's not just about me, but the state of things in general. So as long as I don't give up. Surprisingly, analyzing the situation doesn't make me feel better. Mom squeezes my hand tighter, and I squeeze back. This is what coping means, by the way. I know what coping is, silly. River, I didn't start working on what I prepared myself for until I was 30. Don't compare to yourself to others, because you'll only do it negatively.
It's okay to do things at your own pace. It's okay to step back. It's okay to change your mind.
I know. Thanks, Mom.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Life is already a pain as it is.
She steals a kiss to my forehead before standing up, picking up her purse from the counter.
Your wise and good-looking mother has to leave now. Be a dear and finish with the boxes today, would you?
Yeah, I'll see if I can bribe Evie into helping. Smart. You were hanging out today, right? Yep. Going to visit a new seer in town.
Huh?
Again? Went to that old lady on the pier last week. It's Evie, Mom. Why are you surprised? Oh, I'm not surprised. Amazed, maybe. At her stamina? At her force of will. You could always tell her to stay over for a few weeks, seeing if living with Grandma for a while knocks those ideas out of her head. You don't want that. Believe me, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe she can match your granny's energy. Don't let her catch you calling her that. She won't. She shoots me a wink before breezing through the door.
See you later, honey.
Bye. The door closes with a loud thud, making the house tremble. Then it's only the low buzz of the laptop, the chirping of the birds, and me. I heave a long sigh. Another day of applying for jobs awaits me, just like yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. You know, if I wanted to be doing this, I'd, actually be doing this. Mental health issues, job woes. I mean, I get they're leading up to something, but, this is just Millennial Simulator. Possibly Gen Z Simulator. A soft breeze waltzes in through the open window. I pick up the pen next to me and start mindlessly doodling on a paper. I know things could be worse. They could be better, too. Maybe I should read one of Evie's mindfulness books, or join a yoga group, or actually go back to therapy. I'm doing what I can, but after all these years, after everything I've given up, there's this gnawing fear that I made a mistake so far back in time that it's too late to fix it. All that I have to show for my struggles is the ominous nightmare stuck in my brain once again. This is Tumblr the visual novel. The long tendrils of grotesque darkness, the stench of blood and decay, that familiar voice, they've just been waiting. Waiting all along. Yes. Waiting. Okay, this is starting to look more promising, albeit incredibly fucking creepy. Waiting for the tides of time to change, for the one who will tip the scales, for the inevitable consummation of a destiny that cannot be denied any longer. Waiting for you. River.
You are up early.
Oh, hello. Ah! Ouch. The pen snaps in half in my closed fist. Ink sputters out, slipping between my fingers and dripping down my wrist.
Huh?
Child, what did you do? Thick droplets fall on the white paper, and a dark silhouette slithers up to its surface, made of scrawls and scratches. I don't...
Oh.
For that... Grandma erases the distance between us in 2 long strides, tearing the drawing away from me. Hey! I watch helplessly as she straightens the page with a slap, shadow surrounding the wrinkles on her forehead. Like a bolt of lightning, she frantically darts around the kitchen, opening cabinets in search of something.
So, the travelers were right. You lied to me.
I lower my head, concealing a deep breath I know will only piss Grandma off. I didn't. I asked you if that thing was back and you said no. That is lying. We didn't want to worry you. You just came back from the hospital and...
What?
We... Of course Olivia's behind this. Stubborn child. She's not. Both of us thought it was better not to tell you. It's nothing to worry about, Grandma. I'm going through a hard time and...
No.
You are back and the curse is too. She glares at me and then at the drawing. There's a matchbox in her free hand. Grandma, don't! The flames, rabid and starved, quickly eat away at the paper, illuminating Grandma's face in a reddish glow. I cough and wave my hand about as smoke billows out, thick and pitch black. Grandma lets the ashes fall to the floor without flinching, watching them gather in front of her.
You won't claim my family, nor my house. This is my home, and you are not welcome.
She murmurs something under her breath, a prayer most likely. The gray and red ashes build up at her feet, and from the pocket of her apron she takes out a small bottle full of liquid. I watch as she pours it onto the ashes, and a new kind of smoke erupts from the pile. It scratches my throat, forcing a gag out of me at the sheer, indescribable stench. God, what is that? There are no gods here. In the blink of an eye, she sweeps up the ashes and throws them away. Another prayer follows as she holds her ever-present pendant in both hands. There is no curse either!
How many times must I tell you? Your mother won't understand.
I deflate with a long sigh, looking down at my ink-coated hand. Something itches underneath. Great. What a mess. Wash your hands, then I'll cleanse you. I don't argue. I did lie to her. I just didn't expect to drift off and out myself like this. Just what the hell was I thinking? No, it's okay, River. Take a deep breath. This was just a slip of the mind. Now go wash up. The sting of the water alerts me to a small scratch on my palm, now revealing itself as the ink washes away. Come. She produces a familiar red ribbon. I drag my feet to where she stands, trying not to make any faces while she ties the ribbon around my chest. Breathe in. The ribbon squeezes my rib cage. Grandma walks backward, stretching the ribbon taut. Then comes the prayer, a quiet grumble. I've long since given up on trying to understand what she's saying or asking about it. Out. At least the breathing exercise is calming. I indulge her for a good while until the long, silky edge of the ribbon has coiled into a spiral, resting now against the knot in my chest. Done. I make no effort to stifle my sigh. Grandma unties the ribbon with deft hands and stores it back in her pocket. Do you feel better now? Yes, and you should too. See how easy it is to make me happy? Sure, really easy. I just have to memorize, 7 different rituals? These are not rituals. And what are they then? Not rituals. You are a pain, you know that? Takes one to know. I'm pretty sure that they're using idiom that isn't commonly used in most English speakers, because that should be takes one to know one, but I can see how takes one to know another would work. Ah, there you go. It takes one to know one. She growls at me as her response. I roll my eyes and sit back down on my stool. From my periphery, I see Grandma getting her coffee ready. Not so stealthily rummaging around to find the whiskey to add to her morning beverage. What the fuck? I mean, I know what it's like to have to move back home when mental health goes absolutely batshit, but to be fair, I also know a little bit of something about grandmothers who start their morning with booze, so hey. Out of exhaustion, I decide to play dumb today. I turn on my laptop again. To what purpose? Who knows? Do you have a job yet? She stirs her cup. The light scent of alcohol reaches me, mixing with the warmth of the black coffee. Not yet. I'm still waiting for replies from 4 different places, and today I'm sending my resume to 10 more. She nods. I doubt she's satisfied with that, but it's the truth. I'm doing my damn best here. I see. Silence follows, as per usual. I start to organize the kitchen island to keep my hands busy, feeling my emotions rise with each flyer I stack on the pile. River, The sound of the doorbell cuts her off. Saved by the bell! That's Evie.
Huh?
Again? Yeah.
That girl spends more time here than in her house.
Maybe if you went out a little bit, you wouldn't see her that often. Open the damn door. Instead, I stand up and get the coffee pot running again. She has a key. She just rings the doorbell as a threat.
What?
Why does she have a key? Because she spends more time here than in her house. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cheeky scoundrel.
Good morning, family.
Oh, goodness, hello. Evelyn. Abuelita! She kisses each of Grandma's sun-kissed cheeks. By the tiny and quite contented smile Grandma is wearing when Evie pulls away, one couldn't tell she was complaining just a second ago.
Jeez, what's with the smell? Don't tell me you burned something again.
Go back to your house. Making good use of the spare key, I see.
I told you, you made a mistake giving me a free pass to your house.
Better than you sneaking in through the window like you used to. And breaking your leg. Oof, and the ambulance didn't know where to park. You remember that?
Of course I do. I had to purify the whole house afterwards.
What the fuck?
What do you do? Drop that already. I was 10.
You were 17, Evelyn.
Huh?
Bringing a hand to her chest in dramatic fashion, Evie's eyes dart between us. What did you do to her? Her eyes find mine as I pour coffee into the oldest mug we have, her favorite. Me? She's clearly pissed. You did something. She lied to me. I throw my head back, hoping whatever gods exist out there can see the whites of my eyes as well as Grandma can. Oh, about the tower? Evie!
Yeah.
You knew? Oh, Christ. The rattle of cups and stools mixes with the ear-piercing sound of our shouts, loud enough to physically push Evie away in sheer terror.
I mean, I didn't know. Well, yes, I knew, but...
I bring a hand to my forehead as she fumbles on, quite spectacularly. At least Mom won't have to keep the secret any longer. It's fine, Evie. Grandma rubs her hands on her skirt, surely in an attempt not to murder me. This is what I get for trying to keep my children safe. This! Lies! River didn't want you to worry, miss. Don't you dare, traitor.
Huh?
Evie's loud, heartbroken gasp hurts even me. I step between them, flailing my arms to dispel the tension. Okay, so we're going to take these boxes outside and go take a walk. We'll be back for lunch. Where do you think you are going?
To visit a new seer. His name is Master Lysander. You haven't heard about him?
No.
He's the talk of the town. God, what they've chosen to voice and what they haven't is, yeah, they would have been better just leaving all the voices out, but she takes out a shiny flyer from her bag, quite literally forcing Grandma to take it. The distraction tactic seems to work as Grandma squints her droopy eyes to try to make sense of the bold yellow letters. After a second, she slaps the page with her fingers in clear disdain. Girl, you have to stop going to these sacacuatos. I wouldn't have to look for answers elsewhere if you gave them to me. I'm no cheap fortune teller. The future is already written, and one shouldn't gaze into it if they're not ready to face it. I tilt my head at her, way more amused than I should be when she grunts at me like an old dog. Of all the things you got in that thick head of yours, and where is this master? Street behind Town Hall, where the old tobacco store was. Grandma slams the flyer against the counter, raising an accusatory finger at me.
What?
I told you not to go near the main square. Grandma, it's called the main square for a reason. I can't exactly avoid it. That building with that hideous clock, it should have been burnt to the ground.
It should have been burnt to the ground back in the Civil War.
And this is exactly why. Is that why her clock doesn't work? You're talking about Faborn's biggest symbol, you know that?
Yeah.
Symbol of decay.
Huh?
My God, she's unhinged. I shake my head, swallowing a sigh. The look I send Evie's way is enough to let her know she should drop the subject. Grab those, Evie. We don't want to be late to your appointment. Again. Following my own instructions, I pick up a mixture of flattened cardboard and boxes holding painful memories and old trash. This is the last batch, thank God. You should come here and talk some sense into my granddaughter, not drag her along into your senseless search for divine knowledge. As if you didn't do that yourself.
I wouldn't call it divine knowledge, miss. Just a bit of insight. What's so wrong about wanting to connect with the unknown?
Just don't drag my river with you. See you later, Grandma. I push Evie towards the door with a shoulder, hearing Grandma muttering something under her breath. Got everything? Let's see, got my phone, wallet, keys. I swore I... Leave your boxes here, I'll wait. Sorry, be right back. Looking for this? Grandma's waiting by the door, dangling my keys between her fingertips. She doesn't fight when I extend my hand, even though her narrowed eyes mean she'd love nothing more than to piss me off a bit. Thanks. River. She grabs me by the wrist before I can flee. For a nonagenarian, Grandma has the strength of a builder. Not now, please. I promise when we come back I'm sorry. My arm falls limp as she slowly loosens her grip. About everything.
I know I'm not a very good grandmother. Just like I wasn't a great mother. I haven't been fair to you, child. I know. I can't expect you to trust me blindly any longer.
The pause that follows is suffocating. I throw glances around the room, wondering if perhaps I didn't really wake up, and I'm still trapped in a dream that won't end well for me. I see. This is exactly what I've been wanting for years. For her to talk to me honestly, without fairy tales, without made-up monsters and curses. And now that it's happening, my mouth is run completely dry.
There are things I haven't told you. Things I haven't told anyone. Things I've done. And things I didn't.
You are right. You are not a child anymore. You deserve to make your own decisions. The wind blows gently, causing the curtains to dance. Grandma's tired eyes fix on me with uncharacteristic wistfulness. Why the sudden change? You know why. The acrid stench of smoke stings my nostrils, revived by her words. On the kitchen floor, a subtle, dusty stain is the only thing that remains of my accidental artwork.
Oh,
We can't hide forever. It's time we face the consequences. A blunt shiver runs down my spine. The idea of checking if she has a fever crosses my mind, but I'm frozen to the spot, unsure of what to say or do. Okay. We'll talk when you come back. She reaches out for my hands, but pulls away. Saliva pools in my mouth as I forget how to swallow, and I dumbly nod instead. Sure, I'll be back home soon, okay? You should lay down a bit, watch TV. Or something. She nods and turns away to the counter. The usual ferocious look in her eyes is nowhere to be seen, replaced by a veil of absence that tricks my brain into thinking I'm sharing a room with a complete stranger. The moment I manage to get a grip, I scurry away, heart hammering against my ribs. The carefully whispered notes of a prayer reach me as I press myself against the wall of the corridor, feeling it closing in around me.
Huh?
River? We're gonna be late! Coming! Taking one last calming breath, I sprint to the front door. And when the time comes for her to jump into the abyss, do not let her doubt, for it will not. I make a beeline for the porch, closing the door behind me without a second thought. I know that if I give myself room to ponder, I'll cancel my outing with Evie and rush back to Grandma's side. Everything okay? I gather up the boxes in my strangely cold arms, relaxing my jaw to hopefully stop myself from making any faces. Yeah, Grandma had my keys. Loaded with boxes, we start walking down the street. The town buzzes with its ordinary life, full of faces that I still recognize, even after being touched by the passage of time. The bins aren't too far away. In just a couple of minutes, we get rid of our cardboard burdens and head to the streets behind the town square. So, are things going better at home? No, you just had a glimpse of my everyday life back there. Come on, River, she worries about you. That's not worrying about me. I don't know what it is, but that's not it. She is worrying about you in her own way. And it's affecting her health. She thinks she's, I don't know, protecting me from the town or from the curse in town. Just listen to me. It sounds crazy. Absolutely. And now she apologizes. Now! Now? When? When I went back inside to get my keys. She looked so worried, but not angry. Worried. She just looked defeated. Weird. And just when I thought what she says couldn't get any stranger, she starts telling me how she wants to finally be honest with me.
Huh?
Wait, that's new. That's new. It is. Doesn't mean it's better. But that's what you wanted, right? For her to be honest with you? I get it. The sudden change of mind can be suspicious, but... Our eyes meet. Wait. You're not telling me the whole story. Well, that's... River! It's nothing to worry about. Shut up! What happened? Conflicting orders? River! I drag my hands down my face, applying extra pressure just to chastise myself. Let's sit down. Oh no. That bad? No, but I know you. We make our way to a nearby bench, shielded under the thick branches of a tree. As we do, I try to organize my thoughts, but fail miserably. Well? I didn't sleep well. You know I haven't been catching much sleep lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And I was exhausted. Uh-huh. So I started doodling a bit, thinking, drawing lines and circles and whatnot. That's the definition of doodling, yeah. My mouth opens and only a croak makes it out. There's no way of describing what happened this morning without sounding like a lunatic. I made this drawing. Damn it, there's just no right way of saying this. I drew the tower, the thing from my dreams. I drew it. And Grandma caught me and burnt it. That's why the kitchen stank. The whole world stills. A leaf falls from a nearby tree, and Evie doesn't make a sound.
You drew the tower of your nightmares. Unwillingly. Unconsciously.
Maybe? Her tongue darts out to wet her lips once, twice. She fixes her hair, her mouth opening and closing again, as she fights her emotions and thoughts so vividly I could very well be inside her head as I watch her. You know what? Maybe you should start listening to your grandma a bit more. In fact, maybe we should cancel this and go back. No way, not a chance in hell. River, what the fuck are you saying? Listen, I get it. I'm honestly a bit spooked too. Spooked? Spooked. You're a bit spooked. I'm going back to therapy. You know what they told me last time? That childhood therapy, my ass! This is beyond that, River. Evie, no.
You know I've always respected your science-loving, eternally skeptical ass. You know it, but this is too much. Even you should agree with me.
Fine, listen, you can come with me and talk to Grandma later, okay? But let me have my last day as a skeptical ass. Or my last day as the granddaughter that doesn't believe in Fabor's curse. Then you two can start with your rituals and your spells and whatever you want. I won't complain. This is serious, River. And that's why I'm going back to therapy to tackle it, and why I'm willing to let you two fix me spiritually, or do whatever it is that you two want to do to me. She purses her lips, but the silence means that she's at least giving it a thought. You know how hard it is to have a friend that doesn't believe in the occult, right? Hey, right back at you. Not any easier for me. Heaving a long sigh, she leans back on the bench and looks up at the sky. I find myself imitating her, trying to digest the conversation we just had. You know that time I thought there was a ghost in my closet? I look at her, my mouth ticking upwards at the memory. Which one? She pushes me away with an elbow. Asshole. After Uncle Cristobal passed. Oh, that one. You said it smelled weird, like lilies. You couldn't pay me to open the closet, but you did it so bravely. It was a closet, and there was no ghost inside, like I said. I know. I look up again, my gaze drifting between the leaves. The sun warms my cheeks. The scent of lilies, annoyingly sweet, drifts back to me as I work through the remnants of the past. I don't know what Evie's thinking, but I do know she's scanning her own memories, maybe trying to search for moments where she could have done something else to help me, to help her best friend with scary dreams and a cool Spider-Man backpack. She fixes a strand of my hair, offering me a reassuring smile when our eyes meet. From her bag, she produces a cereal bar, unwrapping it and handing it to me in silence. Her presence is comforting, selfless. As a silent thank you, I pinch away a clump of honeyed cereal and give it to her, bringing forth that familiar grin of hers. But the smell stayed, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Here we are. Okay, we are apparently teleporting. After weaving through the narrow streets surrounding the main square, passing by stores way older than both of us, we reach our destination. I know you guys probably don't think it's important that they finished the cereal bar and got off the bench, but that would have been a much better transition for something like a video game. You can do that in books because you can just make a little line between the two paragraphs, and that generally infers that something happened, but here, blink and poop, you're someplace else. Evie stops with a bounce and daintily bats her eyelashes at me. In front of us lies nothing like the old tobacco store I remember. The one-story building looks as though it was forcibly wedged between the other two. The facade is pristine, untouched by weather or time, completely out of place. That is not a one-story building! It very clearly has 2 floors. I'm sorry, I will fucking nitpick. Yes, I will. When did you say this place opened? I don't know, a while ago. Evie, this wasn't here last week. Not even close. A facelift of this caliber would have taken months. I don't recall ever seeing the place under construction, or so much as a single machine in the area, or anything that would suggest a change like this. Come on, River, it didn't spawn out of nowhere. Ooh, is the skeptic finally letting her sixth sense talk? I can't believe it. No, this has nothing to do with the Costa's ugly store. This is a completely different building. Isn't that what renovations are about? I clamp my mouth shut. My eyes dart between Evie and the shop behind her. We still have time to go back. No.
I can't believe I'm the one being obnoxiously rational here. This place was here last week, and the week before, if a little less pretty. You've not left the house much. It's natural you didn't notice.
She's right, isn't she? I'm just a bit on edge. Look, if you want to go back home or wait here... No, I'm going with you. So you can protect me if something happens? She pinches my shoulder and I gently push her away. Exactly. Let's go, my knight in shining armor. She heads to the entrance, gleaming with excitement. The lightly tinted windows of the store have a wavering shine like an inviting hand, beckoning us to enter. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'd be a little bit suspicious too. And, I mean, I get we're trying for artsy here, but all of that is like, no. No, none of that makes sense. I mean, you've got your ramp up there, and, I mean, is part of the store up against that, or... This is just... I'm sorry, I like my art to be sensical. Okay, I see why they told us to turn off the flashing transitions, because they seem to be quite abrupt. Good morning! We are greeted with silence. No, even worse, with the low humming of cheap, mystical music. Holding the door open, I examine the well-lit waiting room. Every esoteric shop looks the same to me. The same colors, the same decorations, the same smell. Sandalwood and rosemary. Grandma would hate it. Psst. The door? Ah, sorry. I rub my hands on my shirt, smearing my fingerprints on the fabric. Why is it so hot in here? It's July, River. The AC is on, don't worry. I don't reply. We both sneak further in, eyeing the many trinkets decorating the room. A business card slips off its neat stack on top of the table in the middle of the room. I put it back into place and notice a bunch of flashy flyers next to them. Glitter falls from its pages and onto the floor when I open the thick, glossy fold-out paper. Oh my god, this guy, person, whatever, is doing glitter bomb advertising. People must hate them! Huh. A wandering mage seeking knowledge and offering enlightenment. The solution to break a curse that falls on this city lies nowhere else but in my powerful mind. It's Master Lysander. Do you have uncertainties? Do you feel lost? Master Lysander's readings have the answer. Get 15% off on your first reading. Quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Abandon the mundane noise. Make your appointment now. Waiting list 2 months. Why would you have that printed on a flyer? That's bound to change if your advertising is working as intended. Happiness just a teardrop away? What the fuck? Okay, I hope the fact that this is nonsensical and creepy is a part of the narrative, because all of this is about 10 different shades of bullshit. And I'd really like us to get past the occult is nudging up against the reality, but we're not supposed to say that anything's wrong portion of our program. I lose patience with this kind of thing, and we've been at this for 45 minutes! No way. This man also thinks the town is haunted? That makes 2 people in all of Feyborn, which isn't much, but it's weird enough. Well, at least it wasn't. If I had a nickel for everyone I'd met who thought Feyborn was haunted, I'd have 10 cents, but it's weird it happened more than once. Wait, there's a 2-month waiting list? That's ridiculous!
Mm-hmm.
Master Lysander is a busy man.
Huh?
We both jump at the screech of the door's hinges. We turn towards the noise, watching as pale smoke emerges from one of the rooms and gently floats up to the ceiling in neat spirals. I would be out of here so fast. Not because I'm freaked out, just because, oh my god, there is only so much theatrical bullshit I can deal with. Master Lysander, is that you? Whispers seep through the fog. A chill pulls at the back of my neck as the mist embraces each step Evie takes towards the room, enchanted by whatever is inside. She leans through the doorframe, taking a peek, and chuckles before turning back to me.
Don't get too bored.
I won't. Last thing I see before the door closes is her radiant smile. The silence is unnerving. Unsure of what to do with myself, I sit down on one of the couches, gasping when I sink down into the mushy pillows. Mushy, that's a word. I mean, that's usually one reserved for overcooked broccoli, but okay. Squishy, usually. Or, marshmallow metaphors? I guess I'm just left to wait about 2 hours, or until Evie gets bored of asking all the questions she can come up with. I almost pity Master Lysander. I sit back and lace my fingers on top of my belly. Taking a nap seems like a wonderful idea right now, and I close my eyes and breathe in. Not a terrible place. Smaller than it looks from the outside. I can't relax. There's an annoying tingle in the back of my head, mingling with the remnants of this morning's headache, slowly returning now that there's some peace and quiet around me. My brain starts to wander places I would rather not go right now, and my attempts to pull my thoughts away from there are useless. Why is Grandma apologizing to me now? I know I lied to her. That must have hurt. She most likely thinks I don't trust her anymore, which is fair. Not an unreasonable thing to think. But do I really want to know what she has to say this time around? I've been trying to steer away from all the superstitious nonsense for so long that I can't imagine just sitting down and hearing more of it. What do I want to do? A text from Evie, who should not be texting while she's getting her fortune read. Attached to the text is a poorly taken photo of what seems to be a bunch of rocks thrown on top of a round table. SFL, save for later. I don't think you're supposed to sneak a photo of... Anyway, yeah. I think I have enough magic and mystery in my life as it is. Dak! Another door opens with a rumbling thud, and a shadowy figure stands at the other side of the room. Dear sir, what are you wearing?
The reading can begin now.
Excuse me, what? Sir, why are you dressed the way most people think that female protagonists should be dressed? I mean, equal opportunity, great! But, like... What is this? I would like to speak to your costume designer, sir! For a moment, I don't know if they're talking to me, or if another customer's come in during my lapse of inattention. It only takes a brief inspection to check there's no one else around, though. It's just us. This way. They gesture with their arm, holding the door wide open in clear invitation. Fuck it, I'm bored anyway. Off I go. Oh well, it's either getting a tarot reading or wallowing in my misery while I wait for Evie to finish up. And that could take, 3 hours? Wouldn't be surprised if Master Lysander kicks her out. Before I can open my mouth, however, I remember something crucial. Sorry, I didn't book a session. My friend is already in there with your colleague, so...
On the house. Your soul looks like it craves some advice.
I need to find out who the hell voices this, because that sounds familiar. Ah. I managed not to make any weird faces. As much as this is not my thing, I'm not about to laugh at it either. Out loud, at least. My soul is kind of fine. You don't need to bother. Is it now?
Mind you, my colleague won't appreciate you digging a hole in our floor without good reason.
Their eyes are pointedly aiming at my leg, my rapidly bouncing leg. I stop immediately, heat crawling up my face.
Allow me to insist. I can see it in your eyes, darling. The need for answers.
Okay, I was kind of with this guy, weird as he dresses for a minute, but you call me darling on short acquaintance, and I am done. I bite my tongue not to respond to the endearment. Every coherent thought abandons my brain. It's true that today has been odd, but of course, for this person, every day is a weird day. There's no business otherwise. Come, let me see what I can do for you. I mean, the makeup's on point. Well, maybe I can get another funny prediction to add to the pile. Will be way more entertaining than sitting here staring at the ceiling for God knows how long. I stand up from my seat and their smile broadens. They really need to work on their transitions, man. Inside the room, the psychic stands in front of a bookshelf, their fingers hovering over the spines of many books tucked neatly inside. It's a small place that barely has space to move around. The air is heavy, charged with different smells mixed together in a distinct perfume. Please close the door and take a seat. I reluctantly look back at the waiting room. There's an odd pressure in my chest I can't get rid of. No, I've never been intimidated by places like this. I'm not about to start now. I push the door until it's sealed, sending a flurry of some kind of sparkling powder from the floor. Did this place just... I'm sorry, I'm getting Lady Whimsy vibes. This whole place is like ground zero of a glitter nuke. Thank you. As I take my seat, the seer starts rummaging around. I seize the opportunity to scan the rustic bookshelves, finding many trinkets I've seen in other occult shops. The classic voodoo doll, the plastic skull. Some of these books have to be fake. The Whim of a Butterfly, the Three-Eyed Serpent, Guardian of Knowledge. Oh, you don't mock books like that, kid. You really don't. Wait, I recognize those. The Age of the Great First Pacts, The Courtship of Errant Souls, Cycles and Traditions. Grandma has these books. Excuse me, how common are these books? They lift their gaze to me, then follow my finger pointing to the dusk-toned spines of the allegedly extremely rare tomes of Grandma's collection. As common as they can be. A more specific answer, please? Do not be impatient, River. We have barely started. I did not tell this motherfucker my name. My heart skips a beat. I never said my name. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. How do you... They smile slowly.
The one between told me about you. They knew you would come to me today.
Oh, this would be where I would be noping right on out. The one between. That's a new one. When they finally sit in front of me, they place a small notebook near the edge of the table. It's shabby, to say the least. The faded cover still has some visible white lines, but I can't make any sense of the drawings they used to form.
I have been waiting for you.
Quite impatiently, may I add. A mortar and pestle join the book on the table, as well as a slim wooden box and an ink bottle with a brush seated on top. Today has been quite an eventful day, has it not? My face drops a bit, but I'm quick to cover it up. By the way their grin widens, I can tell I've failed. No need to be so surprised. You, more than anyone else, should be familiar with the ways of the occult. There's no way they know about me or my family. They're surely only reciting a speech they use to impress every client that steps into this room. Discomfort worms its way into my chest, but inside Inside it, there's the slightest spark of curiosity. Share your thoughts with me. My thoughts?
You have some, don't you? Who are you? How do you know that? What do you want?
Choose the first thing that crosses your mind, whatever that may be. You see, the key to getting that's acquainted, not acquaintance. That's that. Why are they making life harder for themselves? Acquaintance. I'm not even sure I'm saying that word correctly, which is fine because it's a wrong word. It's acquainted with one's psyche lies in spontaneity. Okay.
Your mind, your inner self, knows more about what haunts you than you do yourself.
Wait, before we start, I have to warn you. I don't believe in this kind of thing. I don't mean to disrespect your work in the slightest, but you may be wasting your time with me. You don't really believe that, do you, Ms. Winchester? There's a deliberately crafted balance inside you. You refuse to believe, but I can see you are quite sensitive to the ways the common folk consider unorthodox. There's a pointed pause as they tilt their head. Ah, yes, that makes sense. Your family's influence, yes? My mouth opens to ask, but I stop myself. They know what I'm about to say, and I know what they would answer. The one between told me. You must know, then, how the minds of a chosen few are prone to connecting with unusual places and forces. The air becomes stiff and dense around me, and the shadows behind their figures seem to elongate until I can make out the shape of the tower. Just who the hell are you?
They know me as the guide. Consider me a friend of yours, or an ally. Yes, that may suffice.
Who knows you as that? Their demeanor shifts from slight caution to a veiled challenge, fingers lacing on the table. Yeah, why have we gone from seated to standing? This really needs, some coherence. Those I ate, of course. A guide provides guidance, River. It is your task to find the answers. If you are set on walking this new path, you have to start from the beginning, and with a well-forged conviction. I blink in slight stupor at their words. Whatever ominous role-play is going on here, it's mixed with a bunch of accurate guesswork. Right, they're just guessing, reciting the same script they use for everybody, hoping they give them a hint of what they want to hear. And I'm falling for it. I've changed my mind. I'll wait for my friend outside. My chair scrapes against the floor as I stand up and reach for the door.
Please, wait. I know about your nightmares.
I know all about them. About the visions haunting you for years now, River.
Please, stay. I just wish to help you. Give me a minute of your time. Let me prove my good intentions to you.
Just what are you doing, River? This shouldn't be working on you! They have returned, have they not? Since you came back to Feyborn. How do you know that? And please don't say the one between told me. They swallow hard. Not a word comes out of their mouth. Instead, they tremulously gesture to the chair I abandoned a second ago. Fuck. I sit back down. Cold bites at my fingertips. They did tell me about you. They said you'd pose my greatest challenge, my final duty. At first, I must confess I didn't quite understand what they saw in you. But now, having you in front of my very eyes, I can see you are branded, marked. Marked by it, by the Midnight Tower. My words die in my throat. So it is true. I didn't believe it at first. Humility is for me, as is human nature, a learning process. Yeah, you were giving me some significant Archfey vibes, dude.
Were you anyone else, I wouldn't have offered you my aid. I wouldn't entertain the idea of asking you to stay. But when I saw you, I understood. You truly are a special one.
Fearless, confident. Life has tried to bend you to the ways of others, and still you have prevailed. I can see why it has marked you. The words collide with each other in my head. The Midnight Tower. The name reaches for a spot in my brain, begging to be scratched, to be remembered.
In good faith, I shall grant you the answer to one question and one question only, in hopes to prove myself no charlatan.
After that, I ask that you allow me to start the session. I promise it'll be nothing but beneficial to you. I glance down at my hands, trembling, swollen, and reddened by a preternatural coldness. The stranger across the table waits patiently, but never stops looking at me. Can I ask anything I want? Of course, anything. And you'll answer truthfully, without all this...
I'm no actor. This right here is who I am, and this, what I'm most proud of. My work, my calling.
So yes, you will get an honest answer out of me, if I can provide it. They're serious. Is this how Evie feels when she does this? On edge, vulnerable, and observed? Where could I even start? How could I formulate a question about something I don't understand in the slightest? No, the question is clear. Painfully so. This tower. What is it? I don't know. Really. I'm being sincere. I know as much about it as you do. And I can promise you it embarrasses me to admit that. I know of its name, the name it was given. The Midnight Tower. Ancient. Alive like you and me. But I know nothing else. It is forbidden for me to know in my current state. So I just wasted my question. I wouldn't be so cruel, River. Please, give it another thought. Well, there's what does the one between say about me? How is the town cursed exactly? But me being me, what do you know about my family? Because that feels threatening, my dude. I don't trust this person in the slightest. If they know more than they should about me and my loved ones, I want to know. Okay, good. I won't beat around the bush then. What exactly do you know about my family? About me? My objective is to see them falter. To catch the slightest hint of doubt, of artifice, either in their voice or expression. I know enough. I know that your grandmother, just like my brother, believes this town to be cursed. I know she has worked diligently for decades trying to find a way to dispel the darkness she deems to be slowly suffocating this place, in a desperate attempt to protect what she cares about the most. Who could blame her? Wouldn't we all, being in her place, do the same? A faint thud makes my breath hitch. The notebook has been opened, and on its last page rests a red ribbon made of silk. A red ribbon like the one in Grandma's apron. I know your parents were not happy with her ways. Their differences were striking, painful. Their gaze softens, melts until their smile pitifully pushes up one of their cheeks. You are always torn between their opinions, between their quarrels, between two different worlds, wondering which side should you tip the balance towards. Pleasing one side could mean to deeply hurt the other. They all believed you to be special in strictly different ways, and how could you not want to satisfy them all? That's enough. Their mouth hangs open, ready to release another string of words. When their lips press back together, it's as though my chest is being crushed between them. My apologies. I didn't mean to upset you. I'm not upset, I want to say, but it's obvious that they've ruffled me. How do you know all that? Did your patron tell you? They choke on their own saliva, heads swaying from side to side. The grimace on their face flickers like a faulty light bulb, and their hands ball into tight fists on the table. I should not say. I've already said too much. Are you okay? Yes. A single droplet of sweat makes its way down the long bridge of their nose. The next breath I take settles strangely in the pit of my lungs. They fix their veil and the strands of silver hair peeking out of it. Brushing their brow with the heel of their palm, they flash me a reassuring smile. Now I've indulged you, so please indulge me. Under my vigilant stare, they tie one end of the ribbon around their wrist. They extend their hand to me next, leaving it on top of the table. Your hand, please. I hesitate. Something doesn't sit right with me. It hasn't for a while now, but you must realize that you knowing so much about me is unsettling and suspicious. Correct. They say nothing more. So I'm supposed to believe there's a spirit or a higher being that has branded me. And what the hell does that even mean exactly? What do you win with this? If I stood up and left now, what would you lose? My patron would be disappointed. I don't expect to recruit you or convert you. I merely wish to give you insight, to give you the choice you've never been granted. Let's make a deal then. If I go through with this, you'll let me ask you as many questions as I want, not just one, and you'll answer them. Their shoulders relax with a timid exhale.
I give you my word that after this whole ordeal is over, you will have the answers you seek.
Good. Not that their word means anything, but I'll take it, for now. I place my hand on theirs, and to my utter disbelief, they flip it over. They don't seem interested in the lines of my palm. Instead, they tie the other end of the ribbon around my wrist with delicacy, and then dip the brush in the ink. As they do, I sneak my other hand into my pocket where my phone is. If something happens, I just have to press the power button 5 times. Then it's 10 seconds of countdown until emergency services are notified. I sound crazy. Nothing's going to happen. The seer stops before the tip of the brush can touch my skin, their eyes finding mine. I give them permission with a curt nod. It's oddly fascinating. I thought I'd seen everything. Oil, water riddles, ashes, needles. But this is new. I close my eyes, focusing on the almost soothing sensation of the brush caressing me.
Yes, relax. Let your mind wander far, far away, to places you never believed you could go.
Their voice is so captivating, it's impossible not to melt on my seat, concentrating on the feeling of the ink coating my skin. You've been granted a glance into the fabric of greatness, River. My hand is left on top of the table as they draw theirs away. The wood pressing under my fingers throbs. On the black, empty canvas that covers my eyes, I see something slithering up, high in the sky. See it. Connect with it. The tower. It materializes before me, so alive I could reach out and touch it. There's a lonely path carved in the mountains, disappearing behind a thick curtain of fog. What do you want from me? What are you? I hear a metallic shing, raising goosebumps on my limbs. I become aware of the silence, of the rumbling of something beneath my feet. There's that strange tickle on the back of my neck again, slowly taking the shape of a pair of eyes. Ah! Something pins my hand to the table. My hand. The pain doesn't strike right away. Fear does. What? Wait, why? The blade of a knife has stabbed through my palm, digging deep into the... What the fuck? Blood seeps through the grooves and stains them red. I can't breathe. My sweaty thumb slips away from my phone. I don't know how many times I manage to press the button before my body goes numb. I slump over the table. Hands slither along my limbs, sharp nails digging into my skin, pressing me down against the freezing wood.
Please, don't be scared.
I don't blink when I raise my eyes to the seer, still sitting calmly in front of me. They look at me with grotesque adoration, placing their hand on top of mine. They're bleeding too, and our blood mixes in an indistinguishable crimson stream.
We all have to play our part in this.
Their face draws close to mine, but I can't recoil. I can't fight this agony turning my limbs to stone.
I have played mine, and now it's time for you to play yours.
I wonder if there's a way to stop that wiggling text bullshit. They raise their fingers to my hair, brushing it off my face. Fight. Ah. Fight. Fight, Wanderer. Fight! If you want to live, fight! And I'm not yelling that. It is like 1:15 in the morning. Okay, well, I don't have any other options, so I'm just going to pick that one there. Lots of screaming. A strength that should not be within me rushes through my veins, inhuman and raw. My free hand curls around the handle of the knife at a dizzying speed. I yank the blade out from my hand, drawing an arc through the air with my bubbling blood. The knife's edge glides across the seer's face. Their flesh resists the blade, skin and muscle pushing back against my grip to no use. Everything breaks. Like red ribbons carried by the wind, the seer's face explodes in thin strips of meat and blood. No, this isn't exactly normal for fortune-telling either. I mean, haruspicy, I think, but that's generally birds. Yeah, see, technically you can tell, there's a school of fortune-telling that involves disemboweling small animals. But that wasn't disemboweling, and that is not a small animal.
No! No! This can't be happening! This was not the deal!
The last thing I see before white pierces my eyes is the seer's face, twisting beyond recognition as the flesh around their mouth tears with a terrifying sound. A violent gust of wind pushes me back against the chair. The furniture is lifted into the air, flying around like sheets of paper, and I cling to the knife for dear life. What the Alice in Wonderland fuck is this? The chair gives in. Gravity pulls me down at a speed that flips my stomach over. It burns. Lots of screaming, not actually doing it. Flames lick my skin, burning past my clothes and flesh until they reach bone. I try to open my eyes, only to screw them shut again with a wail, afraid they'll turn into ashes like the rest of me. I can't hear anything but a ringing in my brain. I don't know if my voice is reaching anyone as I scream for help. I crash into something. My bones break one after the other like the keys of a piano being violently played. Piano key... I've seen some people play some violent piano, but if you're breaking ivory, I mean, I guess it's... The metaphor is okay, but I get where they're going with it anyway, but it needs work. My charred skin comes apart until my raw flesh is in the open, even though your flesh was turned to ash, as I recall, but anyway. And the raging gale carrying me transforms into a million needles, pricking every spot they can reach. But your nerve endings are on your skin. I know, I'm nitpicking, but this overly poetic everything hurts thing, I'm sorry, there is no poetry in this level of pain. I should know. Then there's just silence, around me and inside me. The sensation of my bones shattering into splinters feels like soft droplets of rain caressing my body. What the... Okay. So this must be it. This must be what dying feels like. Within the agonizing plague of thoughts tearing my brain apart, there's a clear revelation that leaves no emotion behind. I'm going to die. Awaken, my wanderer. Okay. Well, at least we're not staring at flash blind glare white anymore. I see the night sky. Pearlescent tears glint in the vast darkness of the world, above and below, as far as the eye can see. The soft hands of the void brush my hair away from my face and brace the soles of my feet. Sorry, do you not have a dictionary definition of the word void? It means literally nothing. Anyway. I'm standing, or so I think. I can see my bones peeking through the sliced and scorched meat my body once was, and I feel nothing. You are here, but you are not. There is no sense of direction. Left and right merge with up and down, and the only points of reference I have are my useless limbs. You are not complete. Something warm touches my hand. When I look down, there's nothing but the pitiful sight of the thin bones that remain attached to my arm. It's not my body that's being touched. It's me. This is most disheartening. I had hoped you would... Yes, I had hoped. That is all I could do. Do not fear, my dear wanderer. I will take care of you. All of them have failed me. All of them. But you won't. You won't fail me. Gentle fingers caress my cheeks, soothing to my aching skin. The words tickle my brain, begging to be released. I won't fail you. Say it. Manifest it. Feel it in the depths of your soul. What in the name of... Yeah, it literally won't let me move to any other of the choices. So that's an interesting mechanic. I know. You are my dear, dear wanderer after all. Our last beacon of hope. The one that carries my will. A kiss falls on my forehead. The world lays me down ever so gently, and in its navel, brimming with life, I am left to rest. I'm cradled in vaporous waves, laving at a shore that is yet to heal from the storm. But one day it will heal. One day it will heal, and it will be glorious. This will be my parting gift to you. Shooting stars descend from above, sinking into the empty husk that I am. Inside me they stretch and twist, sewing me back together stitch by stitch. Then there is light. My eyelids, still sticky over my unfinished and hollow eyes, part to reveal a shining silhouette. The world groans with animosity, with hatred. The sky turns red for the briefest of instants before it settles back into a deeper blue. You never give up, do you? Breaking into my sacred chest, taking my wanderer away from me? Your cruelty knows no limits. A gasp tears through my body as life is breathed into me once more. The pain is numbing and suffocating, but there is no chest for me to clutch. Our time together comes to an end. I will see you soon, my dear wanderer. I will see you soon. Ugh. A dream? It all was... Fuck! The red and black dots burned into my corneas, mixed with the tears glazing over my eyes, making it difficult to focus on what's in front of me. I catch the faint chant of crickets in the distance. My skin shivers as I look at the clogged sky. It's freezing. I prop myself up on my elbows, coughing and spitting the patches of grass from my mouth. Blech! Suddenly, every sensation crashes into me at once. Everything. It burns. I ball my hands into fists, only to be rewarded with a wave of sharp, white-hot pain. I try to gulp down every breath, but the air gets caught between my wheezing ribs. Under my skin, something's moving. Yeah, not yelling that either. I claw at my arms, at my throat, trying to tear off the lumps my nails run into. The pain, I can't. I collapse on my side. Blades of grass scratch my sizzling skin. A single drop of rain falls on my forehead. It's fine, River. You'll be fine. Clenching my jaw tight, I catch one breath after the other. I don't know how long I wait before the agony tearing me apart finally ebbs away. The first coherent sensation that takes over me is the smell of wet grass and dirt. I sit up. The sudden motion turns my stomach upside down, but I force myself to my feet. I look down, gasping at the sight of blood dripping down my forearm. There's a swollen, gaping cut in the middle of my palm. What the hell just happened? I take in my surroundings. Trees stand as far as the eye can see. The hill I seem to be on top of slinks down and back up, spreading into endless mountains. Ugh, my head. The memories spring forth as if from an opened faucet. That seer clearly knew about me. I remember talking with them. I remember the pain in my hand and that adrenaline surging through my veins, but then nothing. I can't recall a single thing after that. Oh, for pity's sake, did you put me through 10 minutes of overblown purple prose poetic pain bullshit just to have it erased by a memory wipe? Really? Did they drug me? Was I hallucinating? My phone. I have to check my phone. Thankfully, it's still in my pocket, in one piece. There's no signal at all. No internet connection either. But I dial Evie's number anyway. Alright, okay. I'll call the emergency number. Fuck, come on! There should be a network tower somewhere. Why can't I even reach the fucking emergency line? What if they attacked Evie too? Was the appointment a trap? I have to do something. I can't just wait here. Taking a deep breath, I put the hem of my shirt between my teeth and rip off a piece of fabric. I manage to tightly wrap the cloth around my hand. It doesn't take long for it to turn red, but I can only hope it does some good until I find help. Okay, River, good job. The moon peeks over the clouds, its pale light bouncing off something buried in the mud. There, covered in blood, lies the knife. I cut them back, didn't I? I just cut that person's face. I've never held a knife in my hands with the purpose of hurting someone or defending myself. As I grab it now, I don't feel that strength from before, but an unsettling pressure in my chest. It may come in handy. They may come back to finish the job. Which is terrifying to think about. Let's get a move on. Balancing the knife between my fingers, I fit my phone on my palm, eyes trained on the empty signal bars as I start to march forward. There has to be a network tower somewhere, or a road I can get to. There's some kind of band tied around the trees, which means people must be living nearby. This could be a pilgrimage route, or a camping zone. Maybe these rocks are some kind of landmark? The flapping of wings breaks the silence. A group of crows sits on a branch right above my head, tilting their beaks at me. Note we're avoiding the proper name for a group of crows. I suppose we don't really want to be thinking about a murder right now. I speed up, moving my phone around to catch even a small bar of signal. The crows follow me, bouncing from tree to tree, trying to guess where I might be going. If only I knew to begin with. Fuck, I'm not close to Fairborn at all, am I? Huh? A reddish light flickers in the forest below, standing out amongst the dark green of the landscape. It's a fire. There's someone down there. I'm saved. I raise my eyes to the sky as relief washes over me. The thick clouds disperse to unveil the moon, as if she wanted to give me her blessing. I have never seen the moon look so big. It shines so brightly it illuminates the whole forest like a... Ah. That is... But No. No, wait a second. Whatever they did to me, whatever's going on, it's just in my head. Nothing else. No. Something's wrong here. My heart starts pounding loudly in my ears. The tower is there, just like in my dreams, standing infinitely tall right before my eyes. It exists. The tower is real. Magnificent, isn't it? Ouch! A sharp flash of pain drills the insides of my skull. The light of the moon becomes unbearable, and I turn away, clutching my forehead. What the hell did they do to me? Frigid sweat rolls down my spine. There's a suffocating pain in my chest. I need to find help soon. I glance back at the fire, trying not to let the massive tower on the horizon drag my attention away. There's definitely someone down there, but I don't know if my body will hold out long enough. You know, I am running a half hour longer than I generally do, because there doesn't seem to be a good spot to end this. I don't know how long this demo goes, but if I have to listen to, or more to the point, read any more of that purple prose bullshit, I am going to not be overly impressed. I mean, at least we're getting somewhere with the story, finally, eventually, but at the end of the day, that's just an awfully long time for... I mean, I could see doing it, figuring out the story when I'm on my own and I can breeze past the dialogue. It'd probably better then, but I've noticed that reading things aloud really does help you pick up its flaws, as you'll probably be aware, given that every time I hit one, I either blurt out some sort of criticism or I am very clearly tempted to. So it's probably better than I think it is, but at the same time, those flaws are still going to be there in the work, nagging at me, so I don't know where this is going to go on the wish list, if it even stays on it. But I was interested enough to at least try to stay to a good breaking point, so maybe it's worth being on the wish list. It's just, we spent 20 minutes dealing with, like, with just what I live with every day. I think that's what really got to me at the end of the day. It was romanticizing agony, and I'm sorry, when you live with that kind of shit, it's no. No, I can see you wanting to be all purple prose poetic and, dear God, leave the similes alone for a little while, please. But no, when you live with it, you're just, no. Why are you making it sound romantic? It's not romantic, it's bullshit. And given that I'm still exhausted because of the very thing about, having a chronic pain, chronic fatigue situation, as well as being really annoyed when people want to romanticize you are being ripped apart and everything hurts! Fuck off! Here's where I put this one down. No specific release date on this one, so if you think it's worth checking out yourself, maybe with me not yelling at it, not even at silly romantic characters, just it in general. The demo's going to be around for a while if you want to do this without me yelling in your ear. Streaming only shows you what I would do, and the best judge of a game is seeing what you can do. I'll get the review written up and posted on Ko-fi shortly. Again, no paywalls, I do it for the love of the games, though I obviously would not say no to donations to the Caffeinated Bean Water Fund, or you just referring a friend if you enjoy what I do. Still looking for affiliate status, and a few more followers might be nice, even if just because the chat's always fun to read when I stop hyper-focusing. I'll also be throwing up the VOD on YouTube with the others. I'm up to date with porting those to YouTube, and I intend to stay that way! This weekend is my all D&D all the time weekend, so we're letting the hero over in Slay the Princess chill for another week and a bit. Monday, though, we'll be doing the playtest of Restory, an electronics repair game by Mandragora. Playtest rather than demo, which is interesting, and if people like the look of the stream, I can even throw a playtest invite or two in your general direction. But that's just incentive to show up on Monday, I guess. So, until then, or until next, have a good one.